Hi everybody, David Cross again, and I want to welcome you to my channel and another quick subject discussion around VLAN realms and that capability within IP control and its ability to track VLAN IP addresses for you now so that you can see what the next available is, import the information you currently have based maybe on spreadsheets or others, and organize that in a single solution that you can then import, export, and update your blocks to use that information. So what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you a very high level realm, and I just kind of clean that up, but a high level understanding of the VLAN realms. And a realm effectively is, and I'm going to do a global setting here so that we can do this for just kind of the 4094 available VLAN numbers that I can use within this realm. So each realm can have up to 4094, and you can have multiple ranges that either are inclusive of that range or subsets of that data in a contiguous fashion. I'm going to create one as a kind of global range, and you'll see how that will work. But you may want to think about this in terms of how you use this for labs or multiple realms to help you represent truly where they are in the network. Now, other options you'll see here are exporting and then the ability to go back quickly to some of the crumb links, basically, when you came through here. Now, the other part of this is adding the VLAN realm or range, and I'm going to basically go ahead and select 4095, which if I hit generate, you'll see that that is exceeds the maximum. So I'm going to go ahead and create the maximum, which is a contiguous range of 1, so the usable numbers 1 through 4094. And I can give it a global VLAN name that we're going to track this by. It's already effectively working within the container rules, and unless I add any additional containers, this is going to flow down from in control all the way down to the bottom. So the high level all the way down, but as soon as I add other containers for container rules, it'll be just for those containers assigned, or where you'll have other realms or other settings for those other containers. So now once we have the range assigned, we click through, we'll see the available ports that we've just defined. And from this particular screen, we can assign the next available VLAN. So the next available from the start, which is 1 in this case. I'm going to go ahead and do VLAN 1, and I'm going to say this is VLAN 1 management devices. Nice to have here is the ability to associate user-definable fields with each of your VLAN IDs for perhaps other descriptive data or ways of tracking external information. And you can also, in this point, either go ahead and accept this and create the VLAN and later assign your subnets or blocks to it. Or if you already know what those blocks are, you'll see this in a kind of a whole list of everything in the database or available through IP control down. So if I wanted to just grab, say, the first 2, which I can select those 2 and then hit OK. And that'll add VLAN 1 to these blocks, both in this list and then also in its subnet relative. So I'm going to go ahead and add that, and you'll see here then that I am now showed the number of blocks assigned, and clicking through will now show me the list. Now the other part of this is too then you can see these blocks from the block level. So if I were to go say to 10340, I can look at the VLAN IDs, I'll see my realm, and I can go ahead and accept the range or search and select the appropriate range as I would know how. And here I'm going to be presented with the next available, or optionally the ability to select and choose or search for any number within 1000 or 4094. I'm going to take the 2, I do like that next available, and I'm going to go ahead and save that, and that'll complete that. So that's a real simple way to add, and then also to remove those, you can delete it from the subnet or delete it from the range as we were looking at it previously. Now, for those who are API centric, and there is a modify CLI and API, and there's an ability to export a block and change the specific VLAN column and enter the column ID and modify that block, or do it through API. And I'm going to show the API portion of this since I was questioning, I have it already here. So the first thing is you want to get the block. So anytime you do an edit of any type of information, you always want to go out and get the original. And this then pulls back that snapshot at that moment of time, what that particular object looks like. And you'll notice here in the particular range is the VLANs object array. So VLANs is an array of elements, of a structure within that VLAN structure or array. So what we want to do here, as an example, I might want to go out and modify this, which I'm going to do. And so within the same blocks um, tab here for the API structure is a modify under imports that we can then just go up here and paste into this. Now, I also need to set up a block structure, which is what this requires on the left-hand side. So I'm going to do this real quick since I have this now in form. And let's give it the container. Certainly we want to do this programmatically, but to demonstrate, I'm going to suffer through this. Okay, and we then need to add the block. So I need to add the block structure and open that up, and that then is just the contents of that get. So everything in the get is within that first open bracket. And then what we want to do in the bottom, we'll need to close this off with 2 closing brackets. Okay. Now while I'm here, just to show you a modify, I'm going to go ahead and change this to 3. From 2 to 3, and let's give it a try and see if I'm still logged in. And not. Let me look and see what I've got going on here. Okay, looks like a quick scan here. I got the block structure, little post haste there. So we got to add that here, and I think that should do that. So let's give that a try again and see if we have better success. Took longer, and that's what I expect. So I know that the response code 200 success, and that can or cannot have a body. So this is the word null if you were processing this out. And then if I go and look in that subnet now that we just modified, and I look at the VLAN ID, I should see effectively 3. All right, so that's modifying that. Now let's say that I wanted to add a VLAN. This might be in 3, and it might also be in, let's say, 4. So what I want to do then is I want to create another structure here. Let's do this first. Paste that, and I'm going to call this 4. And let's just do the same thing, and that should add a new VLAN, and that should assign us into 4 if that's what we're hoping to see here. Right, so we should see 3, 4, and there's our list. Now you can also remove that, which you go out, get it, remove that VLAN structure if you want to remove one or all and leave it as an empty structure, and that should, I think, modify as well. So this is about the 4th time I've done the video. I hope it came through okay, and I appreciate you hanging with me. And this is a great concept for managing this, and now you should have the way of tracking availability and understanding of what's assigned and help you get some imports of that data from your existing VLAN spreadsheets. And let us know if you have any questions with that. Maybe we can help you with it and carry through with another video or something coming up here in the near future. So take care, and we'll talk to you soon.